Joe Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. He's a little late compared to the rest of the wave, but he is here. Carl Doc Greer, one of my most anticipated releases from G.I. Joe Classified, because Doc is one of my favorite characters. He is absolutely critical to the early years of Sunbow. But this vest, once I got the Action Soldier figure and got my hands on this vest, I was not as excited about Doc. But seeing him in person here, maybe it's workable, maybe it'll be okay, or maybe I'll have to take him apart and take that vest off. We'll find out, maybe not immediately right now, but pretty soon. Follow Audible Interlude podcast on Instagram and Needless Things channel on Instagram. If I decide to make any alterations, I'll put them up in those places. So cool diorama on the back. I have already mentioned I am a fan of the new lower profile packaging. Still got all of the stuff that the original packaging had. Nice little window on the front. I dig it. I dig it a lot. It looks really good. It's nice and classy. It feels good. It's got some gloss. It's got some matte. Just a great combination of mediums. This is the peak evolution of G.I. Joe Classified packaging, in my opinion. I think we have gotten to a really nice spot, and I hope we can stay where we are for a few years, because I can't envision much improvement on this. I've got a lot to review today. Before we go out of town, if you've listened to the newest episode of Audible Interlude, a G.I. Joe podcast, you know that my job has decided to relocate to Houston. So life has gotten different very quickly. And we're going to Houston next week to check it out. So I've got to get a lot of stuff done before we leave town. I will say, for whatever reason, the vest doesn't seem as obtrusive on Doc as it did on the Action Soldier. And those glasses look great. I hope they fit really nicely. I maintain that the tray seems a little more rigid. If they could tone that down a little bit, I think that would be a good thing. Okay, so first glance, Doc looks better in person than he did online, which is often the case. I say that a lot here, is that once you get the product in hand, man, that portrait's really nice. All right, let's zoom. I'm not doing a comparison because, as I said, there's just a lot going on. And you guys know what the original Doc looks like. He looks like this, but without the brown vest. I like the, I guess, sort of faked out medic symbol over here. That's a nice touch. And then medic over here. I wouldn't mind if he had a cross under the vest. I doubt it. I can't see them doing a tampo there. But, they did on the Action Soldier. The camouflage went under where you could actually see it on the vest, so it's not out of the question. But it looks like there's nothing there. And again, there's no reason for them to have done it. So if you take all the pouches off the vest, it's not as massive, but then also it has giant holes in it. So, and unless there's a saw viper around, there's not a good reason for Doc to have a bunch of holes in his vest. And to whoever made that joke first, I can't remember who from the Audible Army said it, but it's a good one. Terrible, but good. Might have been Wreck Ship 85. Could have been Mandalorian Jedi. I'm not positive, but whoever it was, thank you. That's a good one. All right, I like the texture of his trousers, which is, I believe these are shipwrecks, but they definitely work for Doc. His colors are great. He's got a great skin tone. The beige of his uniform looks really good. Just like the rest of the wave, his joints feel good and match up pretty well. We don't have any of the miscolored plastic that we had a few waves ago. Everything looks, close enough to the eye. There's no way that vest is coming off without taking the figure apart, and I really don't want to take the figure apart. So I am just going to leave him like this for a while. There are pictures online of vestless Doc, so if you need to see it, just look around. His Tank has them. I'm sure there are other places as well. If you're in a G.I. Joe Facebook group, they're all over the place, so I'm not going to do it here. I like the color detail here versus the Action Soldier, where he's got this purple pin. He's got the orange flashlight. I guess that's a flashlight. The red web belt with the white buckle looks great. Call back to the original figure. I like these loops on the back of his belt here. He looks good. He looks really good. The pouch makes sense. I mean, he should be Liefeldian with his pouch setup, because he's a medic. He should have tons of pouches. It is interesting that the watch is built in rather than a separate piece, but I like that. It is wait, hang on, it's 9:30. Wow. Okay, well, it's either 9:30 or it's 5:45. That looks like it might actually be a 5:45. Tell me what you think in the comments, and if you can think of a significance of 5:45 or 9:30 for Doc, let me know in the comments. Stands really well, just like all the classified figures. Shoes look great. I just love when the treads are detailed. Now I understand on the bottom they've got to put their stamping on there, which thankfully is not up here on the thighs. Get it all on those feet. All right, let's take a look at accessories. First, I want to see these glasses. They are green translucent lenses, absolutely fantastic, and they are reasonably rigid. These are not rubbery at all, so they should stay on Dr. Greer very nicely. Get a little tuck behind the ear there. I'll do a little press. There we go. Once the helmet's on, they won't look like they're sitting on top of the ears quite as much. But a little fiddling around and they'll look perfect. But great, absolutely great. Love the glasses. Actually is going to bother me a little bit that they can't go totally behind the ears. I wish the arms were just a little bit longer, because they don't quite fit like I want them to fit. But let's put the helmet on, and they'll look fine. And I'm not going to display them without the helmet. So, got the pill bottles strapped to the top. Chin strap looks good. I like it. So we're probably going to have to take the glasses off, put the helmet on. Oh, you're definitely not going to be able to see. Well, now I'm wondering if I do want the helmet on him. How is this going to work? I recommend using care when pushing the arms of his glasses in there. Okay, so can I zoom in a little bit more? Okay, zoom in a little bit more. And I'm going to squeeze his helmet so it opens up a little bit at the sides. So I'm pushing on the back and the front so the sides open up a little bit. Oh, and look at that. They slide right into place. And then once they're there, you can kind of push them around and get them to sit where you want. Perfect. So now it doesn't matter where the arms are, because you can't see them anyway. Oh, looks great. And since I've got the Super 7 dock, and no, I won't be comparing that one either because he's kind of buried away a little bit. But since I've got the Super 7 dock, I will not be displaying this one without the helmet because that one doesn't have the helmet on. So this classified I'm going to think of as more of a combat look. I feel like the 4 zoom is like too in your face. Tell me what you guys think. All right, here's the 2 zoom where, I mean, you can see everything up close. It looks good. You can see the detail. I feel like the 4 zoom is like too much. Do we need the 4 zoom? I don't think so. Let me know. All right, I'm going back to the 2 zoom. The 4 zoom makes me uncomfortable. All right, so the helmet and glasses combo looks great, works great. Like I said, just be sure you give it a little squeeze there to pop the sides out and slide those glasses into place. Okay, we have got the flare blaster with a... Wow, okay. What have we got that might look right in this thing? I almost want to put that. I mean, that's not terrible. It's interesting. I wasn't expecting a blast effect in this. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else that's going to look like more appropriate. You could maybe do that. I don't love that as much, though. I like the other one. I like the first one. If you're going to use it, that's pretty good. All right. Anyway. So it's got a port for blast effects. And so this is... I don't know which one goes where. That doesn't seem right, does it? That's way too high up on his chest. That's ridiculous. I don't really want it here either. And if it goes on the side, then it's totally in the way of his arm. I don't know if I'm going to get him kitted out the way I want. Oh, this one may not be for this one. I don't know if I'm going to get him kitted out the way I want during this review. Oh, yeah, okay. I think maybe that goes there. Well, no, that doesn't fit there. So this is... What did we determine this was? A taser? Is that right? Is that what we think this is? We talked about it on the show, and now I can't remember. Looks cool. I dig it. Just for another look. Okay. So I think this goes here. I mean, it fits there. And this has got a fatter opening, but I guess that works, kind of. I don't like it there. I don't like this anywhere. Like, that's dumb. It can't go here. If it goes here, it's in front of his arm. See, and this is why I don't like this vest, is this stuff just... It just sticks out too much. Maybe we'll put it on the back. Oh, wait, okay. Hang on, we'll do this Die Hard style. We'll have it up here. That's not bad. I kind of like that. He's not going to be able to pull it properly. What if it's this way? Maybe that makes... Yeah, that makes more sense. Look. Okay. I'm putting it right there. I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever. Well, it makes more sense than any of these other spots. But look. Reach back there, grab it, shoot off a flare. That's where I'm putting that thing. Your mileage may vary. I don't have his helmet on quite right. I didn't expect to have to fiddle with him this much. Okay, so I'm putting the flare gun there. He has got a first aid pouch situation. Well, let's just take a look at all the pouches. Pulled 2 of them off when we started. So only one of those pouches is specifically a medical kit, which a little annoying. So that's what we have to deal with. I am going to say I'm putting this one right in the front because I want the statement of, look, medical kit right here. And then the smaller one was not too terribly bad on the side there. I can live with that. We'll put the other small one over here. And that, I don't love it, but it's not sticking out horribly. And then this medium one, I'm just going to put up on his chest, I think. I can live with that. Because, I mean, it all does look pretty medic-y. He is, in theory, not going to be deep in combat the way the action soldier is. Like, he'll be in the battlefield, but he's not going to be doing the same things as the action soldier. So him being a little bulkier is okay with me, I suppose. Not bad, not bad. I think once he's been on the shelf for a while with the other classified figures, this look will grow on me. And then finally, he has the thing we were all worried Hasbro wouldn't give him. He has got the stretcher. Folds up. Oh, that's the problem. This is supposed to plug into his back where I put the flare gun. But guess what? He's just going to be holding this. Just like I've got... one of the reasons I didn't want to mess with my dock is I've got his stretcher kind of balanced behind him. And his mortar... or flare, I guess his flare mortar, whatever the heck that is kind of balanced on his arm too, and it would have been a pain to move him. So yeah, I'm just going to have him holding this, like, next to him like that. And that'll be fine. So, good detail. The way they've designed it is pretty clever. I like that I wish the straps were functional, but obviously we have limitations of a retail priced item. And as is... I've got old Dusty over here, my test Joe that I got from Ollie's. And we're going to plug him. Uh-oh. Are we going to plug him into the stretcher? Oh, wait. Okay, I'm doing that wrong. My thought was, which, by the way, though, why can't he peg onto that? That's kind of weird. My thought was that was there to keep them laying on it, but that is not the case. This is the bottom of the stretcher because these are the feet. So actually, if you're putting dudes on it for rescue, they go like that. Oh, that's not the best design in the world, though, is it? Because then you pick it up and it bends in the middle. So maybe it does go this way. Maybe I'm wrong. I was thinking it would sit on the ground on these... But I don't think that's the case. I think that you are supposed to peg the figures onto this. This is my first knowledge that classified figures don't have compatible back pegs. I've never tried to switch out... Well, no, I take that back. I have switched out some backpacks. But I've just never run into a problem switching them out. Yeah, that is not going in Dusty's back hole. So anyway, that does work. That does fit. Let's try old 00, who I still have over here. I need to pack him up since I'm not using him for demonstration purposes anymore. Okay, so he fits fine. That is very odd. So Dusty, for some reason... Oh, wait, that's Snake Eyes. Well, wait. So that means... Dusty has a tiny hole for some reason. All right. So there you go. Well, you know what? Since I've got enough people here, let's do it. Let's do the scenario. This video's already gone longer than I had planned for it to. But my gosh, I just so happen to have 3 classified figures here. So why wouldn't I set the stretcher up properly? Just to see it. Because it's going to be a giant pain. Maybe that's why I'm not going to do it. No. Here we go. We got it. Yeah, and I guess it is important to know how durable those handles are. Oh, and the stretcher is a rigid, pretty good rigid plastic. It's not bendy at all. Okay, so there it is. A figure fits on the stretcher. Poor old 00. He's so old now. He can't even walk anymore. So there's Doc. Classified Doc. Looking great. Well executed. I like the vest more than I thought I would like the vest, and I will probably like it even more once I've been around it some more. But there it is. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things, and until next time, yo, Joe.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.